Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So tonight, got to talk about, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum and going long on both. And other crypto today. There's several things I want to talk about. So let's get started. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media. Check out cryptosarus.com and make sure you follow all of my channel for some great content out there. All right, guys. Welcome. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. You know what? Today was an iffy day. Weird day. Had a lot of volatility this morning. Let's start out looking at Bitcoin. It's right back above 20,000. The George effect is in play. We're at 20,200. This morning when I was streaming, it was right around here, 20,200, right? And then went up a little bit to 20,400. And guess what happened? Well, the U.S. stock market crashed, right? It started out in the green. It was about even when I stopped streaming. Then it went down minus 300 out of nowhere. NASDAQ down 1%, right? And then it brought down Bitcoin. Then Bitcoin went all the way down to like 19.5. And then came back up, down again, below 20, and then now right back up, right? So we're definitely seeing some volatility right now. So we did see, that 19.5 that we hit today was actually the same point that we hit just yesterday, right? So we kind of had a double bottom moment right there, right? But definitely some volatility going on right now. But overall, we are still in recovery mode today. Many went long on Ethereum, including Vitalik, and you can see it's up 3% today, closing at 1,600. And there's several other projects that's coming up, even though today is kind of iffy, but still mostly green. We're still seeing some green overall, so that's good. All right, as for tomorrow, looks like it wants to open green, U.S. markets, but we'll see this week. Like I said, not much economic data that could really swing things, other than Wall Street doing being Wall Street and manipulating market and doing whale games. Besides that, it should be calm, right? But we'll see. You can see right here, Snapchat. I don't know how many of you guys use Snapchat. I have never, ever used Snapchat in my life. They are laying off 20% of their staff. They are not doing well right now. And guess why they're not doing well? Because of TikTok. TikTok is just killing everyone right now. Like I said, if TikTok had a stock in the U.S., I would go all in on it right now. They are just killing everyone, including Snapchat, including Instagram, including Facebook, and even eating away at my beloved YouTube. Hopefully not to destroy them eventually, but right now they're definitely hurting everyone right now. So if you own stock in one of these social media platforms, you probably should get out, because they're all dying right now and all trying to copy what TikTok is doing, because it's just working. It's working. All right, moving on. Let's talk about some Bitcoin and Ethereum and other news that's going on. So as for Bitcoin, the good thing is the network is still strong and getting stronger. So we're going to see a huge difficulty spike, the most we have seen since January. And that's because things are heating up again among the miners. They are stocking up, loading up on ASIC machines, and they are not giving up. So the network is still strong, part of the growing fundamentals, right? A lot of people measure Bitcoin's worth based on the network, based on network strength, activity, users, hash rate, stuff like that, right? So these are great things to measure Bitcoin with, right? So mining is still strong. This is one, the Puel multiple. This actually kind of looks at, the miners, their profitability, how much coins are being issued and stuff like that. But basically, bottom line is this. Bitcoin is coming off of its green, and that usually means that Bitcoin is flipping above from a bottom point, right? So you can see on the right-hand side, that's exactly what we're doing right now. So these are positive things. What else? What else is there? Let's see. There's a lot of altcoin news today. So I did see this, and this is good for Solana. I guess there's some Solana news. Fireblocks, which is one of the biggest custodians for crypto, right? They're launching support for Solana NFTs, games, and DeFi. So right now they pretty much support Ethereum and Bitcoin, but they're moving to support Solana. So that's pretty good for Solana. Also, what's good is Helium, a project that I talked about before, which is really into decentralization of wireless network, 5G, and also just low bandwidth network for IoT devices. They're actually moving to Solana, or they're trying to. There's a vote. Interesting enough, right? Along with this vote, there's a lot of other things that they're doing to get rid of validators, and they're giving those fees back to the hotspot people, basically the miners. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that they're doing. I'm not even quite familiar with all those things that they're proposing, but the biggest thing is they're trying to move to Solana. So Solana's ecosystem is still growing despite the FUD, despite the hack of of some wallets, despite the network outages. Still, there's a lot of people that still support Solana. A lot of dApps are still moving to Solana because it is still one of the fastest L1s out there with almost no fees and still really, really well backed, right? So a couple big things for Solana. As for Algorand, some of you guys are Algorand fans. Algorand also, if you look at their metrics, pretty good. You look at whale activity. I always talk about whale activity. Sometimes they're good, sometimes not. Right now, whale activities or holdings spiked by 83% within the last month. There's definitely some big whales that's stocking up on algo right now. So something to pay attention to. And also, if you look at other things like, total addresses, you could see there's a huge spike up recently, right? Again, you got large whale activity and a huge spike in addresses. What does this mean? What's coming, right? Seems like there's something brewing with Algorand, so pay attention. And also, they have a big partnership with FIFA. I mentioned that before, so that could be helping them in the future as well. What else is there? Well, for Chainlink, a lot of you guys are Chainlink fans. Is Chainlink starting to unlink from the rest of the bear market? Well, Chainlink, I've always stated, the biggest oracle in the crypto space, the biggest decentralized oracle network. Basically, every single DeFi project and almost every single chain utilizes Chainlink to fetch data. And they also have their random number generator, which is very important in DeFi. They have several things going on, right? So, at times they're just rock solid for good and for bad, because sometimes they just don't move when everything else does, but sometimes they hold pretty well while everything goes down. So sometimes they just don't move, but they are definitely one of the projects that can't go away because of how widely used they are, right? And there's several things that's going on with Chainlink. So they are still working on their bridge, which is pretty important. They're basically layering in new features to this bridge. They're almost becoming like a layer 2. I know that they're still working on that, but also recently they have come out in support of this new merge, right? Ethereum proof of stake merge. So that's also a big thing. One of the reasons why a lot of the miners are no longer backing the proposed proof of work fork, right? A lot of them just dropped that idea because you have Chainlink moving to proof of stake, and others like stablecoins like USDC moving to proof of stake. So what's left on this new proposed fork? Really nothing, right? So that's pretty positive overall for Chainlink, and also positive for Ethereum. What else is there? Well, as for other reasons why you want to go long on Ethereum besides just Chainlink, you have the biggest mining pool for Ethereum. They're going to launch staking pool. So for people that want to start staking, you can through this pool operator. They go have like a collective staking pool so that you get a portion of how much you stake, a portion of the pool, and then if you want to do that, especially for people that can't afford to run their own node, can't afford 32 ETH. Let's say you have 1 ETH or 2 ETH or whatever. You could put in a pool and get a percentage of the staking rewards, right? So, but keep in mind, as for the staking rewards, after the merge, okay, you cannot take out the staking rewards until the next upgrade, which is labeled Shanghai, and that supposedly is coming 6 to 12 months. So just keep in mind, if you're getting all gung-ho about staking and you're like, oh, I'm going to collect my staking rewards, just know that you can't withdraw the staking rewards for another 6 to 12 months, okay? And everyone that has their ETH staked in the Beacon chain right now can't withdraw for another 6 to 12 months either, right? So if you're afraid of like massive dumping or something after the merge, no, it's all locked in for a little bit. And of course, for Ethereum, there's a lot of other good stuff. I show you guys these metrics about number of holders, right? Look at this number of addresses holding at least 10 plus Ethereum, sky high, all-time high, 316,000 addresses. And what about number of addresses holding 32 coins, right? This is going sky high too. Not all-time high, but 18-month high. And it's going up because a lot of people want to run a node on the new Ethereum 2.0, right? So these are all the reasons why you should go long on Ethereum. Oh, okay, that's it. Enough of that. That's the last time we'll show that picture ever. All right, that's pretty much it. Tonight's a light news day, but the good thing is, even though we had the volatility, right? We're recovering back up. We basically, recovered back up to this morning's levels. Bitcoin is back above 20,000. Ethereum is coming back up to 1,600, and many others are coming up once again. So it's good. A little volatility here or there, but like I've been telling you guys, you gotta be patient, right? Don't fall for the FUD. Continue your DCAing, and we'll get through this together. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Not really. Chad, a super chat. Thank you. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on Lucid Motor stock? I have not checked Lucid, but it can't be good. Yeah, they're down and down and down. I mean, here's the thing. Even with Lucid being down so much, right? They still have a market cap of 25 billion, which is really laughable. So there's too many that have put such high expectations on like new EV makers like Lucid and Rivian, and everyone's saying, oh, they're gonna be the next Tesla, they're gonna be a Tesla killer and all that stuff, right? You know how many cars Lucid delivered in Q2? Less than 700. Okay, it's laughable, right? And I can't believe that there's still so much faith in this company. They could be like the next Fisker. So I don't know. I would not put any money into Lucid right now, or Rivian, or any other EV maker other than Tesla. What What about Moonbeam? Sold out quite a bit. What do you think? Well, they're an EVM compatible chain. There's a lot of projects that's coming out of the EV compatible chain or a DApp that's running as a side chain, and that's what Moonbeam is. Basically, it's EVM compatible within Polkadot's ecosystem. So one of their bigger side chains. I mean, they have some momentum. There's some DEXs going on. There's some TVL going on, right? It's just kind of early. There's just a lot. There's just a lot of projects that's in the very in the same space, right? So who is going to break out? Right now, the only L2 that I really believe in is Polygon, but there's a lot of others out there like Arbitrum, Optimism, and then you have all these EVM compatible chains like Moonbeam, and everyone is coming out with one. So it's hard to say. Hard to say. Ron says we have a Lucid Motors dealership in Vancouver. No one's buying it. Yeah, it's just I don't know what they're doing, honestly. And they announced their new Lucid Sapphire, selling it for $250,000 just to try to beat the Plaid. I mean, you could buy a Plaid for half the price. Why would you want to buy a Lucid for that much, right? They need to worry about mass production. Let's see. Metals like silver and gold. No. E36, man. I'm assuming you're a BMW guy. Gold has not moved in 12 years. Silver I have not kept track of, but I'm assuming if gold didn't move in 12 years, silver probably didn't either. If you want to store value, you go with Bitcoin. Someone bought 2 million Cadena yesterday. Okay, that's a big buy, big whale buy. Good. I like Cadena. Vegeta, come on. Cool it. No one under 40 wants gold or silver. Yeah, that is true. I don't know why you just retracted that message after I said that. You should come out to Waste Management. Open in Phoenix. It's like a party at every hole. George Foreman asked, George, what does that thumbnail picture mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. You tell me. Love the lightning video. Thank you. I mean, I've been putting little pieces. I've been dabbing with shorts. Shorts, at least for car videos, really work, right? And they carry for a very long time. So, I'm trying to revive my car channel right now. But I have a full review coming up. But yeah, that Lightning, man, I'm so impressed with the Lightning. If you guys want an EV truck, right? Screw the Cybertruck. Go get a Lightning. Just don't pay over MSRP. But the Lightning, man, is so good. I just found out that the Lightning is the first F-150 that ditches leaf springs in the back. It actually has an independent rear suspension, which is why when you're driving around, it feels as comfortable as a Bentley. I mean, it's crazy comfortable. Thoughts on Cosmos? Do you own any? I do. They've been pumping up a lot. They're almost back to $12. Yeah, so I think that the biggest reason why, they're almost 12 is because Van Eyck, they are at 12. Van Eyck, one of the biggest institutions at Wall Street, one of the biggest fund managers, they're really bullish on Cosmos. I think that really kind of jump-started them because they were kind of stagnant for a little bit. But overall, they're a big ecosystem. They're huge. They have many dApps, many chains. So I like them. Get a Rivian. I have one on order. Do you have the Optimus Prime Lego? If yes, I do, but I did not build it, so I can't tell you if it's good or not. But it looks pretty good. Can you look at a bone chart? Jeremy, no. Okay, stop trying to shill it. Stop trying to get other people to FOMO in on it. It's good that you made money on it, but I'm not going to be charting it. I think I'll keep my 2013 Raptor. Trust me, I have driven the old Raptor, the new Raptor. I have not driven the very, very new Raptor, right? But the Lightning drives better than all of them, by far. It's not even close. That 10-speed transmission in a Raptor really kind of sucks. The old one was like a 6-speed, right? So that one was better, but the new 10-speed really sucks. Can you put some of your built Lego models on shelves in your background? I don't know if you noticed, but they're already up there. You see those cars? Those cars are Legos, man. I used to have all these heads in the background, but it's too busy, right? And here's a better shot. Got a little... I actually have a light, but I forgot to turn on the light. But, yeah, those are Legos, man. G-Wagon 63 versus Range Rover Supercharger. G-Wagon, for sure. Range Rovers, I can't ever see myself buying a Range Rover with all the reliability problems. And the G-Wagon's resale value is insane. Probably the highest among any SUV out there. What? Julian asked George, would Sol or ETH be a better buy? Right now, I'm more bullish on Ethereum than Solana. I think, hopefully, if the market continues for the remainder of this year, going into December, you know, Christmas rally, I mean, Ethereum after the merge could really start moving, right? So I'm more bullish on Ethereum at this point. Aza, thank you, man. That's big super chat. Rich Q, appreciate it. I have not. Well, no, I have actually. Vegeta. I have tested both. The new Tahoe is pretty legit. For a Chevy car, it's pretty good. Really good. The new Sequoia is also pretty good too. I've not driven it, but I've driven a Tundra and that's legit. So they're both really good. But if you want reliability, you go with Toyota. ETC, Ethereum Classic. I'm still not sold on them. I know that a lot of miners plan on moving to Ethereum Classic. Supposedly, I don't know how true that is. Like, what number of percent is actually moving to Ethereum Classic? But they still don't seem like they have a real future. Not that I know of. Like, what's their roadmap? Are they moving into dApps? Are they go bring more dApps on board? They go bring, you know, DeFi to the space? You know, we don't know. Seems like they're kind of set in their ways, which is just being like, you know, just being like a just being a token, right? I don't know what their future is, so that's what scares me. So I'm just neutral on them, and because they suffer so many 51% attacks, because they don't have enough miners, right? So a lot of people think, well, if the miners move over, then you go prevent 51% attacks. That'll be good, but they suffer so many 51% attacks over the last 4 years. Is it true that Lido is positioned for lion share liquid staking for ETH after merge? Yeah, they're one of the first to introduce liquid staking. So yeah, they have a huge amount. If that's what you're asking, yes. Are you sold on BitGert or BRise? I've looked at it before. It looks promising. I can't say anything bad about it, but you know, it's competing with a lot, right? They're in the same space, L1 space that is comprised of hundreds of projects that's trying to do the same thing. So, can they break out to the top 50 or top 20? You know, it's too early to make that call. MetaMonkey just sent a huge $100 super chat, and no, I did not buy in pre-sales, and no, I don't plan on buying in pre-sale, and no, I don't know anything about your project, and I don't plan on looking at it. This is not the right way to gain attention. What do you think about AMP? I would stay away from AMP right now because they're deemed by the SEC as a security. Whether or not that's proven true, I don't know. So I would stay away from AMP. And EWT, energy trading, I'm just kind of neutral on. Not a big fan of energy trading right now. Did I meet Redline Reviews, Solfon? Yeah, I have met him before. He has like a full-time cameraman following him around everywhere he goes. You know, I've sat with him before. I've talked to him. He's a little closed. You know, a lot of guys you talk to, they're very open, very friendly. He is not one of those guys. He has traveled with the same group at all these shows and auto shows and everywhere so much that he has like this tight group of friends and that's it. You know, so I haven't really talked to him extensively. How does it feel when you get donated money from projects trying to advertise in your channel? I don't know. How should I feel? It's a weird question to ask. What crypto has the best real world use? Eric, that's an interesting question. Depends on what you consider real world use. Like helium in this space, and I just talked about it today, helium allows people to create a low mesh network and a 5G network so that you can use it in cities worldwide. Is that what you're considering? Or you could consider like Ethereum. Ethereum has a ton of miners that are mining it right now, but there's a ton of DeFi projects. There's a ton of TVL, right? It has real world use. I don't know if that's what you mean, but there's several other projects that's very similar too. High or low? That's clever. That's clever. And I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm still waiting. Still waiting. Every week waiting for something. Hopefully the house build starts soon. I'm very anxiously waiting for it. I want it to start soon so that you know, there's not a lot of delays in the winter, but who knows. Nick, DCA is every Wednesday, so that's tomorrow. What price did you buy BTC? The lowest price I bought BTC at was somewhere around like $400 back in 2014 when it was coming down from 1,000. So I had a good amount then, but I sold most of that because I didn't understand Bitcoin at the time. I'm like, oh, it's all crashing. I'm going to get out, right? But I did buy back in a little bit more in 2017 when it was around 1,000 to 1,500. So luckily I got a little bit in during that time, and been DCing along the way. Trevor, I build homes for a living. It's going to take a while. I don't want to hear that. I want to see it done in 10 months. That's my goal. And I'm very impatient about it. Did you plan for any studio in your new house? No, I don't know where. I do have a room that I'm gonna be filming from, but I think I'll build it in my room and build one in the garage. It'll be really cool. It's gonna be a really nice garage. Um, so I may have like 2 studios. Will you continue making content on my second channel? Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know, like, I don't want to give up on any of the channels really, right? So I'm really trying to build out, obviously, this channel still, the Clips channel for those of you guys that can't tune in these live sessions, Drivers Only, which is car channel. I'll always do that because I just love cars. And once I get some of my new cars, I'm going to do a lot of videos on them. You know, still, I Am George channel, that's more like a vlog channel for myself to vent or something cool that's going on in my life, like my house build, right? And a new Reacts channel, that one, if I had to cut, maybe it's that one, but that one's just like something fun, whatever. Like if I have time for it, I'll do something, but if I don't, I don't. But, you know, it's going to be a juggle. Orange Lambo, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Dan, what happens to current ETH holders when the merge happens? Nothing happens. You still have the same amount of ETH. Does that mean all miners and holders get? No. Dan, nothing happens. All the wallet makers, all the big ones at least, they're going to upgrade. So nothing happens. The ETH that you have before, you'll have the same after. So I think you're worried about nothing right now. Do it reacts on my thumbnail. Oh, man. Have you ever seen anyone as bullish as Vitalik about Ethereum? Can't be more bullish than that, you know, honestly. Hey, look at that. Bitcoin is coming up. 20,300 once again. I just saw the dude. That's funny, but that was hidden. Oh, Bruce, I appreciate that. Thank you. I do appreciate that. You know, my car channel used to do really, really well, but because the whole car market the last few years just really killed it. It's really unfortunate, man. I really spent some time to grow the car channel. I mean, honestly, it took me years, and it's unfortunate the car market is so bad. BTC seems stuck and can't move above 23. What's causing the price? You know, the good thing is at least Bitcoin isn't collapsing too hard, like you said. Yes. You know, who knows? There's just a lot of fear right now, a lot of headwinds, macro stuff, right? Recently, we definitely had some selling. You know, I speculated Celsius. They got the okay to sell their mined Bitcoin. They contributed. Many others may have liquidated their holdings. We saw some huge spike down recently, right? But the good news is a lot of the altcoins held. A lot of the altcoins did not drop any further recently, which is why BTC dominance actually came down quite a bit. It went down even lower, 39.2. So bottom line is there's definitely whale games going on with Bitcoin and somewhat with Ethereum because recently Ethereum fell a lot too, but it's also recovering a lot, which shows that yeah, bag holders, people in the space, the long term holders, right? They're still just DCing. They're still DCing. They're still, holding on. We all know things will come back up again. It's just a matter of time. And every cycle we go through this, we have more and more people that believe and continue to hold and DCA, right? So every cycle, that's why we have a bottom, but it's a higher bottom. And then once we come out of that bottom, that's where we all get rewarded, right? So right now, who knows what's really keeping Bitcoin down? What we do know is it will come back up eventually. And right now, it's very positive that things are recovering, even though Bitcoin is still low, right? Traditionally, if you look at past cycles, Bitcoin is always the one that's leading the way. It goes down, yes, but then it comes up, right? And it always leads the way. And there's weakness in altcoins for a long, long time. Right now, the altcoins, you could argue, are getting stronger versus Bitcoin. So it's a very different time, but it's good. It shows how many people believe in not just Bitcoin, but in everything else, decentralization, blockchain, ledger, DEXs, you name it, right? So it's good overall. Uh, should I make some jokes? I just saw one that's too funny. George, do a video for your car channel with my 2022 Model X long range. I'll come to you. Man, I appreciate the offer, but I already have a Model X Plaid, so it's like the same car. So I've done a few videos already. My girlfriend wants me to dump ETH all of a sudden. Should I be worried? Tell her Vitalik will find the bottom. Maybe that'll help. All right. If I have 70 a week to DCA, would you pick one day to DCA to $70 or $10 per day? If you only had $70, honestly, I'll just go in, just pick something that you like, Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, right? But if you had $7,000, then it'd be different. Then I would suggest, yeah, spreading it out. But if you have 70, I mean, just go. Just pick one that you like. Cybertruck out next year, hopefully, but man, we're still going up. We're going up. So that's good. I have my Cybertruck on order. I don't know when it's going to be delivered. Probably not until 2024, to be honest. But seeing how good the Ford Lightning is, man, Tesla has to watch out. I'm not exaggerating. If you have a chance, go drive a Ford Lightning. It is that good. Maybe it doesn't look the best because it still looks like a Ford, still looks like an F-150. But man, that is an awesome truck. So the Cybertruck better be damn good, Are you into any American muscle? I would love to. I love to get a 69 Camaro SS one day. That's like my favorite muscle car. But I grew up with a 5-liter Mustang. That's kind of how I got into cars. I did everything imaginable with that car. So I really loved it. And I still love V8 cars. I even though EV is the future, I still like to have a big V8. You know, you can't replace that rumble, the sound, you know, shifting yourself, banging the gears yourself. You can't replace those things. So are Sienna minivans cool? What do you think? You know, a lot of it just makes me think, you know, so many of the 60s cars, right? It doesn't matter if you go with a Shelby Mustang or, you know, a Camaro, a Charger, whatever, the 60s, right? That's like prime muscle car era. And then you look at the cars that we had in the last 20 years, right? You have some collectible cars and stuff like that, like, I don't know, Supra, or something like that. I don't even know what's like a collector's car, the NSX. You know, you have these like imports, right, that are collectors. But they're just not the same, right? Think about in another 40 years, another 50 years. You know, the 60s muscle cars will still be cool. They're still muscle cars, right? But will like the first generation NSX or the first generation or second generation of Supra, you know, is that going to be cool in 50 years? I don't think so. That's just my opinion. So it's like there's something about the cars from that era, in my opinion. I just don't see a lot of like cool collector cars that will really last in another 30, 40, 50 years. They may be expensive, but they're not going to have the same prestige, I guess. All right, I think I probably talked enough for tonight. Take a look. Someone's going long on Bitcoin right now, and I'm pretty sure Ethereum is following. Let's see with this updates here. Yeah, no, it didn't update. Yeah, almost 1,600. So good overall. Good overall. All right, guys. So today we had some volatility, but hopefully most of you guys hung on, right? We recovered right back to where we were this morning, despite going up and downs and everyone freaking out. Good thing we had Vitalik with us today to kind of lighten the mood. So I'll just leave it at that. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. Let's see how the market is tomorrow. And in the meantime, check out cryptosrus.com for all the latest news, article, and guides. And check out my other channels too, like Drivers Only. I just uploaded a few videos not too long ago today. All right, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.